Saying. So I like to sit on my balcony sometimes, and I'll just start thinking about stuff. And earlier now I was just thinking about my trauma in my childhood and how like I grew up with this idea that it wasn't as bad as it was because I was constantly comparing it to like physical abuse that people go through, because I didn't really go through a lot of like physical abuse. And like I feel like in society's mind we perceive that as like the worst form of abuse because we sort of perceive and see our bodies like all the time, and we function with our bodies and we exist in the world as our bodies. This is what people like come across and see. And I feel like we're so much more connected to our, like as a global society, world, whatever, we're so much more attached and connected to our physical bodies rather than like the internal shit. And so when I think about like my abuse, I guess it's like it wasn't as physical as it was like mental and emotional. And I think I just undermined that for so long, and now like coming to this realization of like, no, it was still pretty fucked up what I went through and like stuff that happened to me, even though it wasn't like physically, you know, bad and like anything like that. But it's because like because again, like mental like abuse, psychological, emotional, that's all very much connected to like our mind and our heart and our soul, if you believe in that. And those parts of ourselves we don't really like, we can't physically see, first of all, with our eyes, which is like I think our like most important like to us sense. We can't see it with our eyes, and a lot of us don't really like acknowledge it as much. Like we kind of undermine it in a lot of societies of the world. Like we don't really place a lot of importance on that, like the internal stuff. So I feel like we just don't place it on a higher as ranking as the body. I don't know if that makes sense, but